You know, in a world that's always screaming for more, faster, and better, it's so easy to feel like you're constantly falling behind. But what if the secret to a better life wasn't about adding more things, but about learning to see the things you already have differently? Today, we're going to open up an ancient toolkit filled with some seriously timeless wisdom that's perfect for our crazy modern world. I mean, we've all been there, right? That feeling of being totally overwhelmed, pulled in 100 different directions, just trying to find some clear path through all the noise. It feels like a constant battle just for a little bit of focus, for some kind of purpose, for peace. But here's the thing. The answers we're looking for aren't always some new, flashy life hack. Sometimes they're buried in centuries of wisdom, just waiting for us to rediscover them. We're about to dive into a philosophy from Japan that gives us more than just ideas. It gives us practical, real-world tools for living. So I want you to think of this as your own personal toolkit for navigating life. We're not just going to learn a few new words. No way. We are going to assemble a set of incredibly powerful concepts that you can start using like today to build a life with a lot more meaning and a real sense of direction. Okay, so first things first, every great building needs a solid foundation. And for a life that feels truly fulfilling, that foundation is purpose. It's the why that fuels everything else you do. So our very first tool is all about finding that core driver. And that brings us to this, Ikigai. It's a huge Japanese concept, and it basically translates to a reason for being. Your Ikigai is found right at the intersection of four really important questions. It's not just a job, it's not just a hobby, it's that perfect sweet spot where your passion, your skills, what the world actually needs, and what you can get paid for all come together. To put it simply, your Ikigai is what literally gets you out of bed totally fired up for the day. It's that deep, gut-level sense of purpose that makes your life feel meaningful, way beyond just paying the bills. Look, finding it is a journey for sure, but it might just be the most important one you'll ever take. So let's say you have your why. What's next? How do you actually start making progress? Well, the modern world is obsessed with these massive overnight transformations, but there's a much more sustainable and honestly a much more human way to do it. And that way is called Kaizen. This is the philosophy of making small, consistent, daily improvements. So instead of trying to climb the entire mountain in one exhausting leap, Kaizen is about taking one small step every single day. It's all about progress, not perfection. And the process is so simple, it's almost sneaky. You just pick one thing, just one, and you try to improve it by a tiny 1%. Then tomorrow you do it again. The real magic of Kaizen is in the compound effect. Think about it. Reading just 2 extra pages a night means you finish another whole book every few months. These tiny, almost unnoticeable changes start stacking up, and over time, they lead to absolutely extraordinary results. Okay, let's just pause for a second and look at what we've built here. We have Ikigai, that's our guiding star, our purpose. And we have Kaizen, that's our engine, our process for moving forward. I mean, these two concepts alone are a game changer. But we're not done yet. Our culture is just obsessed with being flawless, isn't it? The perfect photo, the perfect career, the perfect life. But chasing that kind of perfection is completely exhausting, and honestly, it's impossible. This next concept is a radical and really comforting alternative. This is Wabi-sabi. It's a whole worldview that's built around accepting that things don't last forever and that they're not perfect. It teaches us to find beauty not in spite of the flaws, but because of them. You know, it's the crack in a favorite old mug, the way leaves are all different shapes, the worn-down wood of an old table. Wabi-sabi invites us to look at our own imperfections, not as failures we need to hide, but as authentic, real parts of our unique story. And that is a huge shift away from self-criticism and towards self-compassion. And you can actually see this idea in action in the amazing art of Kintsugi. That's where broken pottery is repaired with lacquer mixed with gold. So where wabi-sabi is the mindset of accepting the cracks, Kintsugi is the action of highlighting them, making the bowl even more beautiful and valuable because it was broken. It's literally turning scars into strengths. Okay, so we've got our purpose, our process, and a whole new perspective on imperfection. Now let's add the final pieces to our toolkit. These last concepts are all about how we relate to the world around us and to ourselves, with a lot more mindfulness. So here we have 3 powerful pillars. First, Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing. It's the simple act of just being around trees, and it's scientifically proven to slash your stress levels. Next is Gaman. That's the quiet strength of resilience, the dignity you show when you push through tough times without complaining. It's the bedrock of emotional strength. And finally, Omoyayari, which is this deep, selfless empathy that helps you anticipate what other people need, which, of course, strengthens all of our connections. And that's really the key to all of this. These aren't just some philosophical ideas to think about over coffee. No, they're active practices. They're things you're meant to actually do and integrate into your daily life, from how you work to how you see yourself to how you treat other people. We've put together a seriously powerful set of tools here. We have a compass for our purpose, a method for making progress, a lens for seeing beauty, and a mindful approach to living day to day. So now, let's bring it all home. We've just explored 7 incredibly powerful concepts, and each one on its own is pretty simple. But when you put them all together, they create an entire integrated philosophy for a more resilient, more purposeful, and more beautiful life. They all work together to build a framework for not just surviving the chaos of the modern world, but for actually thriving in it. So, the only question left is for you. Looking at this toolkit you now have, your Ikigai, your Kaizen, your Wabi-sabi, where will you begin? Which one of these tools are you going to pick up first? The choice is all yours.